Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to tonight's contest. Whippany Park High School Wildcats against the Hopatcong Chiefs. Welcome to our 2025 Senior Day ceremony. Tonight we honor the class of 2026 football players, cheerleaders, and band members. Starting off with our football players, let's hear it first for Brandon Giangeruso with mom and dad, Maria and George. All right, we're going to try this again. Next up, let's hear it for Gavin Brown with mom and dad, Brendan Todd, and brother Tyler. And now this is Brandon Giarusso. Oh, no, we're on to the next one. Next up, this is Nick Casal. All right. Nick Casal with mother and mom and dad, Kim and Mike, and sister Jada. Next up, let's hear it for Justin Getzinger. Justin's his mom and dad, Jamie and Richard, and brother Cameron. Next up, let's hear it for Christian Giangrande with mom and dad, Mary and Rich. Next up, how about let's hear it for Brett Hermans. Brett's with mom and dad, Jessica and Peter, and brother Eric. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Darren Jackson. Darren's with Aunt Renita, grandmother Dorothy, and brothers Marquise and DJ. Next up, let's hear it for Alexander Kulik. Alexander is with mom and dad, Marina and Mister, and brother Oksana. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, let's hear it for Paul Lombardino. Paul's with mom and dad, Mary Beth and Paul, and sister Christine. And our final football player for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Nicholas Rocco. Nicholas with mom and dad, Nancy and Ken, and sister Hannah. Ladies and gentlemen, now we recognize our senior cheerleaders. Starting off, Ariana Bergamasco with Mom Nancy. And next up, let's hear it for Alexa Berry with Mom and Dad, Lisa and Ryan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, let's hear it for Christina Catalano. Christina's with Mom and Dad, Janice and Joe, and sister Gianna. And now, ladies and gentlemen, two seniors, let's hear it for Camila Ficino and Nicolette Deloya. All right, our next senior, ladies and gentlemen, is Brianna Gomez with Mom and Dad, Marisol and John, sisters Kelly and Camilla.
Is that good?
Our next senior, ladies and gentlemen, the cheerleading squad is Jalen Hunkin. Jalen's with Mom and Dad, Joe and Joe, sisters Paige and Peyton. Our next senior, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Samantha Leone. Samantha's with Mom and Dad, Nancy and Michael, and sisters Gianna and Kayla, and nephew Logan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next cheerleader, let's hear it for Mia Milano. Mia's with Mom and Dad, Michael and Michelle, and sister Michaela. And our next senior is Demi Sergio. Demi's with Mom and Dad, Deborah and Dan. All right, and next up, we're going to hear it for Sienna Stella. Sienna's with Mom and Dad, Debbie and Brian, sister Lexi. And our final senior representative for the cheerleaders tonight is Frankie Tessera. Frankie's with mom and dad, Claire and Carlo, and brother Michael. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we recognize the senior members of the Pride of Hanover Township. Starting off in our color guards, Sadie Boudreau. Sadie's with mother and father, Melissa and Jay. Sister Chelsea and Paige. All right, next up. Oh, hang on. All right, next up in our drum line, it is Michael Royal. Michael is taking a left and lead. Father Nick.
Well, if he's touching the ball, we got problems. No.
All right, on alto saxophone, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jennifer Carchi. Jennifer's with mother Maria, father Marco, and her sister Sandra. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, in our color guard, Ava Colachulio. Ava's with mother and father, Angela and Alex, and brother and sister, Emma and John. All right, next up on the mellophone, it's Anthony DiMontova. Anthony's with mother and father, Suzanne and Ted, sisters Allie and Amanda, and grandparents, Walt and Laura. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, on tenor saxophone, it's James Fico. James with mother Julian and father John. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up in our trombone section, it's Harut Caribbean. Harut's with his mother, Ripsine, father Carlin, and brother Arsene. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, in our trumpet section, it's Evelyn Hare. Evelyn's with her mother, Irene, father Brian, and brother Daniel.
Maybe they learn from
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, in our trumpet section, it's Hashim Husseini. Hashim's with Mother Nasreen and Father Musa.
Right underneath him. On the window like Garfield.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, also in our trumpet section, it's Susan Izara. Susan to their mother, Letitia, and sister, Victoria. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our drum line, let's hear it for Herrera McKinney. Herrera to the grandfather, Roger. All right, folks, in the alto saxophone section, it's Colin McSorley. Colin's with Mom, Catherine, Father William, and Sister Erin. All right, also in the alto saxophone section, ladies and gentlemen, it's Kaya Mahalko. Kaya's with Mom and Dad, Andy and Michael, and Sister Katie. All right, folks, next up in our color guard, it's Olivia Organowski. Olivia's with Mom, Monica, and Sister Gabriella. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our flute section, let's hear it for Angela Papayanis. Angela's with his mother, Christina, Father Tim, and sister and brother, Harrison and Alexa. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, another member of our flute section, it's Emma Razak. Emma's with Mother Shahita and Father Abdul.
My doctor has to sign that. Somebody's going to
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our drum line, it's Bethany Rizzo. Bethany's with Mom and Dad, Heather and John, and Sister Rachel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up in our drum line, it's Jackson Romanowski. Jackson's Mom and Dad, Sarah and John, and Sister Angela.
alumni.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our trombone section, it's Jacob Shackwells. Jake's with mom and dad, Ann and Jeff, and brother Justin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for drum major, Katie Schlecher. Katie's with mom and dad, Anna and Joe. All right, folks, in our drum line, it's Alec Starkovsky. Alex with mom and dad, Vesna and Anthony. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on tuba, it's Matt Shevchik. Matt with mom and dad, Lori and Rob. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our color guard section, it's Lily Trexler. Lily's with mom and dad, Carolyn and Andrew, and brother Hudson. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, in our trumpet section, it's Katie Vitosi. Katie's with mom and dad, Cozy and Arton, and brother Henry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our clarinet section, it's Kylie Weber. Kylie's with mom and dad, Jackie and PJ, and sister Bryn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our marathon section, let's hear it for Allie Wong. Allie's with mother and father, Christine and Larry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for drum major, Amelia Yin. Amelia's with her mom, Wen Chi Chong. And ladies and gentlemen, our final senior of the evening in the marathon section, she's Christina Zhao. Christina's with mom, Jinmai Shi, and dad, Pingsan Shao. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for all of our senior band, cheerleader, color guard, and football players, the class of 2026. This concludes our Senior Day ceremony. Welcome to tonight's contest between Whippany Park Wildcats and the Hopatcong High School Chiefs. The Northwest Jersey Athletic Conference has taken an active stand in promoting good sportsmanship with their opponents. We want you to join us as we cheer for our teams in a positive manner. Please acknowledge the following NJSIAA rules. Respect the decisions of the officials. Welcome opponents to our school and treat them as guests. Promote sportsmanship by exercising self-discipline. Root for your team in a positive, enthusiastic manner. Unsportsmanlike conduct is prohibited. Drugs, alcohol, tobacco, or tobacco products are not permitted in school buildings or on school grounds. Any spectator using inappropriate language, singling out players, or throwing objects on the field will be removed from the stadium. And now, Hopatcong fans, make some noise. Here are your Chiefs.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Whippany Park High School, where the Garden State Athletic Network brings you tonight's game between the visiting Hopatcong Chiefs and the Whippany Park Wildcats. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Wilson Auto Parts, Air Group, Hammer and Nails, and Jack's Excavating and Construction. John Kovach along with James Clark. James, Hopatcong just took the field, and now after a senior night ceremony that lasted pretty much all of a half hour, the Whippany Park Wildcats are going to take the field, looking to recapture some of the magic from their homecoming night. Two banged up teams meeting tonight.
Yes, definitely, and that's something that we knew about Whippany Park because we've seen them play a lot this year, and we've seen them really get decimated into the injury bug where they've been losing Brandon Giarrusso, who was out for the rest of the year, as well as Nick Petty, who was also playing quarterback, and now they have a freshman in there playing quarterback for the Wildcats. And they managed to win 2 games, but they lost a nail-biter, not just a nail-biter, John. It was a defensive battle until the last 8 minutes of the game at Wallkill Valley last week. 6-0, they lost that game. They definitely could have put themselves into the driver's seat if they would have won that game.
Here come the Wildcats again on this senior night. They are in their alternate black uniforms. They're coming off, as James said, a 6-0 loss at Wallkill Valley. That was on the tails of the big win they had on homecoming, led by the freshman Tyler Eason, 40-14 the win. Eason, the freshman, leading them to touchdowns on the first 3 drives. We are about to observe a moment of silence for Kyle James, a 2023 graduate of Whippany Park, who was a third-year midshipman at the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis, who passed away this week.
Thank you.
Now to the national anthem.
Honors us with the playing of our national anthem.
The national anthem played by the Whippany Park Marching Band. Their seniors also honored during the senior night ceremonies that just wrapped up. Now we're going to the coin toss at center, at the center of the field.
The captains for Whippany Park, number 1, Brandon Giangrosso. Number 51, Christian Giangrande. Number 70, Gavin Brown.
If you really think about it, John, this Whippany Park team really could have a couple more wins on the resume if not for the injuries. They let one slip away last week against Wallkill Valley at Wallkill Valley. They also let one slip away from them when they were here against Booton in a 33-32 loss right there. You know, a couple of those swing wins right there, they could be 500 right now, but the record is what it is. But they'll just come out here, they'll battle against Hopatcong. I think it's a nice matchup for them. They should be able to take control of this again tonight with their strong run game that they have and a very good, talented defense.
Also in street clothes, along with Brandon Giangrosso, who will have knee surgery this upcoming week after getting hurt against Kinlaw a few weeks ago, is Christian Giangrande, senior, the 5'9", 185-pound linebacker, who suffered a broken forearm in last week's 6-0 loss to Wallkill Valley. Whippany Park won the toss and elected to receive. They did that on homecoming night, which I thought was a good move. Get the freshman quarterback out there, get him some reps early. Don't let him sit there and watch it and have time for those thoughts that linger in us all to gnaw away at your confidence.
Especially during this kind of game right here where you know you have a pretty good matchup on your hands. If you try to get them out early, they try to score opening drive right here, it may make things a lot different for them. So I really do think this is a good play. Normally I'd be a guy that likes to kick off first and receive, but I think this is a good shot right here. As you said, John, let the freshman quarterback Tyler Eason go in and get the reps early in this game.
And it paid off for him on homecoming night when we were here. 3 touchdowns on the first 3 drives. He finished the first one himself from the 1. Build his confidence early.
And just talk a little bit about Hopatcong too. They have a couple of wins, beat North Warren, beat Helmwood Park, and then since then they've been 2-5 ever since then.
Squib kick is fielded immediately to the ground. Nick Casal covers it. Sets up the Wildcats 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line to start things off.
And that's going to be tough as a freshman quarterback going in there. We saw it with the Booton football team that played here about a month ago. It's got to be tough being a freshman going out there and really playing with all the guys that have junior and varsity experience.
Eaton with the toss, out immediately to number 3, Darian Jackson. Jackson with a big gain up the right side. Jackson has the night that he had a couple weeks ago. It's going to could be a long night for Hopatcong.
And Darian Jackson, he's just been all over the field this year with his rushing attack. They've been so strong in the ground game because of him. He's great at receiving. He's great at running the ball. He does a great job with this Whippany Park team that keeps their offense alive to keep in afloat with the injuries that they've been having this year.
Motion across, handoff up the middle. Carried by Jason Sika, the 6'1", 190-pound sophomore.
And the last 2 matchups here, John, Whippany Park has had the upper hand on them, 29-0 in 2024 and 2021. They won 35-2.
Eaton with the handoff again. Off tackle, Robert Earhart on the carry. We're seeing Whippany do what they did in that big homecoming win against North Warren. You're seeing a lot of different legs carry the ball early, spreading the wealth.
Absolutely, and it's something that's going to definitely make your team stronger. Run the ball. That's your strength of your offense. Keep at it until you can't do it anymore. That's something that I always say. Run what works for you. Don't enforce anything. Don't force anything. Keep the ball on the ground. Keep the ball in your hands at all times.
Eaton under center again. Motion up. They did this a lot. And they succeeded in this several times against North Warren. A stutter step in the motion draws an offside. 5 yards is going to move the chains, give Whippany Park 1st and 10 at the Hopatcong 32-yard line. 10 minutes, 35 seconds to go in this first quarter. John Kovac and James Clark coming to you from Whippany Park High School. The Wildcats hosting the Hopatcong Chiefs. Whippany Park in the black with white helmets. And it looks like...
I think that's going to be a false start there, John. I kind of saw them jump early.
And give that 5 yards right back. Still first down, but 1st and 15 now.
That's something that Coach Grides was talking about earlier with this Wildcats team. Got to clean up on the penalties that this team has been taking this year. They've been penalized so much this year, just from based off of all the coverage that we've had on them all year long. So that's something that Coach is definitely making sure that these guys are very much more disciplined, especially on the line.
Sprint to the line, Eaton under center, 2 backs, toss to 15. That's Sika. Sika picks up about 13 or 14. Going to be 2nd and 2 after that toss up the left side of the pack on 1st and 15.
That's something where Whippany Park has been very strong in this year, where they've been able to run to the left, run outside to the right, where they can get the most yardage that they can. Only 2 more yards to go. Don't be surprised if they do something like that again here, but it looks like they might go into the straight ahead and get that first down.
Handoff up the middle. Going to be close, but I think they got it. First down, be 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line of Hopatcong. Coming up on 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-minute drive, and this is what we saw them do against North Warren. Come out with these 5, 6, 7-minute drives where you chew up clock, and then if you convert, it's just such a backbreaker.
It most certainly is. When you take advantage of that clock, when the clock is in your hands, you can utilize it as much as you can to really get things going here and keep that momentum going.
Handoff to the second back through. That's Earhart. Earhart picks up, we'll call it 4, 2nd and 6 from the 18. Get under center. Quick counts here. Toss to the right, laddering it up, and out of bounds. Darian Jackson.
Yeah, that was definitely a quick snap there, John. They wasted no time on that one, and they gave it to their best back in the game, Darian Jackson. He rushed up for the first down.
And this is a wrinkle we might not have seen so much of 2 weeks ago when we were here for North Warren. It is the mixing the count. You're seeing the development of Eaton, the freshman quarterback, and beginning to do different things.
And when you see a freshman quarterback like that, you can tell that he's been sitting on the bench. He's been learning from the seniors of Brandon Gianrusso, and of course the other one as well too, Nick Petty. So he's learned a lot from this team.
That's Earhart on the carry.
Another solid player for the Wildcats. So used to calling wrestlers, wrestling matches.
Does he wrestle, or are you just jumping the gun?
I'm jumping the gun, John. I'm ready for wrestling season to start. It's going to be a great season, but I definitely have been enjoying the football season this year, though. Seeing these Wildcats play has been a lot of fun.
2nd and 6 from the Hopatcong 9 for Whippany Park. Their first drive, they will have had the ball for 5 minutes after this snap.
And that's insane. That's insane for high school football to have the ball for that long.
Second back through is Jason Sika. He gets the carry. Close to the first down. Going to be third and not as close as I thought. Going to be third and call it a long 3.
And now they may say it's 3rd and 2 on the scoreboard here for the game. And our graphic says 3rd and 3. So, but it's going to be a short 3rd down right here. But you see teams that can stop short 3rd downs all the time. But the way that this team has been playing, it's been unbelievable what they've been able to do.
And an early timeout called by head coach Mark Serto of Hopatcong with 6:32 to go on a crucial early 3rd and 4. Need auto parts fast? Wilson Auto Parts has you covered with 10 convenient New Jersey locations, including Hackensack, Patterson, Newark, West Orange, Jersey City, and more, with a brand new store coming soon to Dover. We're always right around the corner. Order online anytime and get same-day delivery straight to your shop or driveway. It's fast, reliable, and backed by over 40 years of trusted service. Visit wilsonpartsgroup.com or call 888-827-6177 today. Wilson Auto Parts, reliable parts, same-day delivery. Hopatcong with the defensive timeout. 3rd and 3, a long 2 for the host, Whippany Park, on their first drive. 6 minutes, 32 seconds to go in a fast-moving first quarter.
Yes, it's just all been because they've been controlling the clock. They've been on the go with the hurry-up offense. They've been rushing to the line. They've been really trying to draw them off.
Second back through again. Darian Jacks breaks through a tackle. Jackson has it close. It's going to be 4th and a yard. The ball between the 2 and 3 yard lines of Hopatcong as we reach the halfway point of the first quarter. Whippany Park needs to convert here to keep this opening drive alive.
And I think they definitely have a great chance. They've been running the ball all of this quarter. Practically, they took up pretty much the first quarter. So we'll see what they can do right here to go to a quarterback sneak, I think.
Right to Eaton. Eaton pushes forward, almost a tush-push kind of play. I think he's around or inside the 1 and will move the chain, set up 1st and goal. Just waiting for it to be made official.
Yep, they're just having that discussion to see, and Hopatcong is looking like they think they stopped them.
We've got dueling points going on from each team, and we're going to bring out the sticks.
This will be interesting, John. See where he lands right here, but I think it's very close just based off of what we saw from our advantage point. I think this one's going to be extremely close.
I think he's got it by at least a nose. Just looking at where the ball is in relation to the 1 yard line and where the line to gain is, which I think is closer to the 2. But I'm way up here and watching on an angle.
Same here, John.
And here we go. We are real tight on this. Great camera work there. Let's see where the sticks go. He's short.
Just short.
Wow.
That's, yeah, they're going to readjust right there.
Yeah.
Either way, he looks like he's short
He's
either way.
short by an inch. He's short literally by the length of the clip that holds the chain to the stick. And what looked like a dominant drive by Whippany Park is stopped with a huge defensive stop by Hopatcong. Whippany Park turns the ball over on downs with 5:39 to go in this first quarter. What a stand by Hopatcong.
They drew that up perfectly. They knew they had to get themselves ready, so for them to call that defensive timeout was the smartest thing that the coach definitely was able to do, and they were ready for that tush-push getting right in, and they stopped them just short, and that was very impressive on their part to get that big stop on 4th down.
6-minute and 21-second drive ends in no scoring for Whippany Park. Hopatcong takes over with 5:39 to go in the first quarter. Number 4, Antonio Briggs, under center. Encroachment to call. 5 free yards given by Whippany Park. That is a huge penalty right here.
Yeah.
You had him at the 1. You had a 99-yard field.
Yeah, you can't do something like that. You got to be more disciplined on that, on the defense, on the D line. Have to be disciplined in that, and they just gave Hopatcong a little bit of breathing room here to do what they need to do. But I suggest for them to definitely run this ball up, and I think they will do that the way that they're lined up.
The Chiefs going from right to left in the all white with the green helmets. Logo reminds me of ones Hawaii has used in the past.
Yes, absolutely they do, and same with their logo, reminds me of it, and they run it up.
Second back through, picks up a few. Looking to get a number on that. Number 19, Michael Serto on the carry. Picks up 3 and change. Sets up second and a long 1 for the Chiefs. One back. Two wings, so the split receiver to this side. Jet motion across. They run back toward where the jet motion vacated, and it's enough to pick up the first down. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at the Wildcat, just outside the Wildcat 13-yard line.
Yeah, this definitely works out to Hopatcong's advantage to get a little bit of breathing room, work out of so many of those plays that they want to, but they might have a great version of themselves, John, of being able to run the ball effectively, and they were able to do that on that first set of downs.
Two wings. Hand off to the second back across. That's Michael Serto again.
Number 19, Michael Serto on the carry. He was led down by number 14, Alexander Bullock.
Serto actually loses the better part of a yard, brings up second and 11. Just inside 4 minutes to go in a fast-moving first quarter here in Whippany Park. John Kovacs, James Clark with you on the Garden State Athletic Network. Antonio Briggs under center in that wing T. Hands off and a big loss. Half of the Whippany Park defense all over that sweep attempt.
Oh, they definitely knew that was coming. They most certainly did. They all blitzed. If you saw them on their defensive line, they all blitzed. They all went to the left side because they knew that was coming as soon as they saw the motion.
3rd and 15 for Hopatcong.
I was like, oh, he's got the ball. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. Oh.
If you're forced to punt, they're still going to be in the shadow of the goalpost if you can limit any gain here. Two receivers near side, spreading out of that wing T a little bit. And that really goes nowhere. I think something went wrong there.
You kind of saw the quarterback going to the right side a little bit there, and you saw him trying to go and fake it, and it just didn't work. They were right on, and that's something that when Whippany Park gets hot on defense, they like to blitz. They can get the most pressure when they blitz like that, so they were all on it.
Number 9, Ethan Stack, the sophomore, punting just inside his own end zone for Hopatcong as the 2-minute mark approaches. Good snap. He takes a couple of steps. Low line drive punt. Bobbled a little bit, but picked up by Jackson. Jackson up the right side. One man to beat. And they're going to rule him just short. We're going to pick up where we left off, James. First and goal at the 1 for Whippany Park.
You know, it's extremely close, unless if he was down, but I kind of saw it from the corner of my eye. The ball did cross out a little bit, so he could have either gotten a touchdown across the plane or he could have fumbled. I think the officials are going to look at this one.
Nowhere to really look at it but us. We'll take a look at it. Jackson bobbles it, picks it up, escapes a tackler, and now it's just speed by him. He's just so quick on the edge. Gets the edge. If the ball was in his outside arm, I think he was outside of the pylon.
It's extremely close there, John. Extremely close.
I'll watch it on the big screen at home later on.
Yeah, it just definitely looked very tight right there.
Jackson barrels in. They had lined up in the backfield number 57, Luca De Crescenzo, the 5'9", 200-pound sophomore. He was lined up at fullback. They lined up Darian Jackson, the explosive, everything back, and he just followed the extra lineman in.
Yeah, they definitely knew that was coming. They were going to try to fake it to the fullback, and they gave it right to Jackson, their best running back in the game.
Alexander Kulik to kick. I'm not sure. They're lining up, and they will line up in this muddle huddle look. Hopatcong, you do the muddle huddle. They were short a player, and I don't know if they're short a player or if it's part of the high snap is brought down. But the kick is wide left. 6-0 the lead for Whippany Park. With 1:46 left in this first quarter.
It almost made it like, John, that turnover on downs from their first drive didn't actually have to worry about or didn't mean anything at that point because they ended up being right where they left off.
Yeah, I mean, they just burned a couple more minutes off the clock. Hey fans, just like the Whippany Wildcats on the field, Air Group delivers when it matters most. Whether it's a broken furnace during the big game, a plumbing emergency at halftime, or keeping your lights shining bright after another victory, Air Group is your go-to for your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. Air Group has proudly served our community since 1965. We are thrilled to have them as a longtime sponsor. Visit airgroupllc.com to learn more. Air Group, one call does it all. And I believe that was Brass Bonanza, the old Hartford Whalers song that we heard from the marching band. Shout out to them. Kick fielded inside the 10 by Hopatcong's Jason Sidrich. He takes most of it east-west. Hopatcong will take over 1st and 10 at their own 10. Whippany Park on the board first, 6-0. Hopatcong's second possession comes with 1.5 minutes left. They're in the gun, high snap, fired out by Antonio Briggs. It is incomplete, 2nd and 10.
And the first pass of the game, too.
First pass of the game, could be the last pass of the game given these two offenses.
Oh, very much so.
You really don't know.
We really don't, because both these teams, they love to run the ball heavily. So I think that's exactly what they're doing. But like you said, John, the Hopatcong, they love to run the old school wing tee offense that they love to run. That's a very much of a Sussex County favorite that they love to do. You see that run in Lenape Valley. So these guys are definitely ready for that, and they'll work the most basic plays, but creative as well.
Handoff up the middle, but I think it's going to come back. There's a flag way behind the play. Was thrown as soon as they reached point of attack. Every indication looks like a hold. Chop block. Second time I've seen that in as many weeks. You ever see that called all that much?
No, you don't. Especially in high school football, you don't get to see it much unless if it's the NFL or college, but you don't see that much in high school.
You talk about the wing T, you talk about Lenape Valley, and you got to talk about Don Smolin, who I had to play. We played against them one year when I was at Mount Olive, and then had the opportunity to attend a clinic by him on the wing T up in Connecticut a few years ago, and it was just really quality football stuff.
Oh, it really is, and I remember playing them against them when I played for Hopatcong and never could beat them until the year after I graduated.
Serto on the carry. Next to no gain.
And I think that wing T offense, Sean, really is it's a very basic offense for sure, but it definitely is very effective if it's used correctly for many teams.
The key is to have a buy-in where guys study the plays and remember assignments, because it is all assignment.
It is, it really is, and you have to be self-disciplined for it to be ready, and that's what something Coach Smolin did a really good job with in his time at Lenape.
Sweep out to the right side. Serto again on the carry. What I notice on that play, and if we can get a replay up on that, and if you're Hopatcong, I got to think you're looking to it. And don't worry about the replay. Is the fact that Briggs continued his rollout after the give, and no defender went with him.
Yeah.
You're playing with fire there.
Absolutely,
you are playing with fire. You're giving him a big head start. That's the end of the first quarter. 6-0 to score for Whippany Park here on the Garden State Athletic Network. Attention all gentlemen. Prepare for next level pampering. Hammer and Nails Luxury Grooming Club on Route 10 in Whippany is your one-stop shop for all your grooming needs. Come enjoy services from haircuts, straight razor shaves, beard trims, mani-pedis, facials, and more. With a membership-based program, you can pick what's best for you and your lifestyle. Hammer and Nails Man Cave environment will have you tuning out the world and tuning in luxury, all while you enjoy a complimentary drink on us. It's an experience like no other. Hammer and Nails in Whippany and opening soon in Roseland, New Jersey. We will see you there. 6-0 in favor of Whippany Park. John Kovac, James Clark with you on the Garden State Athletic Network. 3rd and 11 when we come back for Hopatcong, starting their second consecutive drive, their second possession of the game, deep in their own territory. We haven't seen anything that we really didn't expect.
No, absolutely. The way that the first drive went, it looked like they were going to definitely run away with it in the first 2 drives, but things happen for a reason. When you make some adjustments and you make that stop, it's good.
And that was 4th down. I misread the box. A short punt, line drive. It wobbles out of bounds. At the Hopatcong 37-yard line. Great field position for Whippany Park. Already up 6 with 11:53 to go in the first half.
Yeah, this is very crucial. They definitely want to take advantage of it, and they haven't passed yet, John. And I wonder if they're going to really hit up the rest of this, at least for this next drive. Are they going to go into the run game?
Quick count again. There it is. Tyler Eaton gets the edge. He's got blockers, and we've got a flag. This one might come back.
I think so, John. I think that's going to be an offensive holding right there.
Might be a hold downfield on that stalk block. Would be a shame because that was a nice scramble by him. I almost thought we would see a pass, but then I saw the big WP in the middle of the field and took it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something in Whippany Park they just do so well with the ground game. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they do pass the ball, though, John, because they do well with both ends. They just don't pass enough because they do so effectively on the ground, and that's how they win some of these games. But they do have, Brandon Gianrusso, who plays in there, but he's out with injury, has a really strong arm too, and we have yet to see Easton throw for this game here, but he might have just as strong of an arm too. He might be able to get a good pass in.
That hold enforced from the spot of the foul, so it was downfield, so it brings up the all too common 1st and 13.
This is going to bring up 1st and 12 for the Wildcats.
From the 39-yard line of Hopatcong. Eaton, oh no, Jackson under center. I've seen him throw out of this before. Jackson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the right side, ladders it outside, and he picks up most of what they just lost. Going to bring up 2nd and short.
Impressive right there. It did look like that they were going to go into that Wildcat formation just with him being out there, and usually when you see that happen, you know that they're going to go into the Wildcat formation like they usually use within the NFL with Derrick Henry.
And I think Jackson is calling the signals in the huddle still. It is Jackson, gets under center and then backpedals. Takes the snap again. This is like old single wing football. Just snap it and follow your blockers.
Yeah, definitely. And that was an impressive, from our vantage point, it looked like he was going to get it, but they did a good job. They stopped him right there to make it 3rd down and short.
Yeah, Hopatcong really adjusted well to that run. They weren't surprised by it.
No.
They saw him come out. They knew who was under center. They knew he shifted out, and it's still Darian Jackson calling the signals out there. And a timeout called by Whippany Park with 10:35 to go in this first half. The Wildcats with a 6-0 lead. Today's game is presented by Jack's Excavation and Construction in Hopatcong, striving for excellence as we move New Jersey. Water lines, sewer lines, retaining walls, and more. Learn more or get in touch by calling 862-254-5243. Jack's Excavation and Construction. Timeout call by Whippany Park. They face a 3rd and a short 4 from the 32-yard line. Trying to find Tyler. As we still see Darian Jackson at quarterback. Jackson keeps again, picks up a couple. But it gets shut down.
You got to give Hopatcong credit, John. They've been Hopatcong's made a lot of adjustments on the defensive side of the ball. They've been keeping it close with this Wildcats team, which is, it's impressive to see, considering how you know, this team, they're both hit with the injury bug bad, but considering how small numbers of Hopatcong their football team is, but they've really been keeping a good eye since that first drive with the Wildcats and keeping them contained, which has been really impressive. They made a lot of really good adjustments.
Tyler Eaton just brought that play in from the sideline, so he'll be back at quarterback on this 4th and short. Tries to pitch it, it's lost, it bounces off the ground, scooped up by Earhart. And he's tackled for a loss. That's going to be a turnover on down again. And Hopatcong will take over 1st and 10 at their own 36, but their best field position of the game so far with 9:33 left in the second quarter.
You can definitely tell that that was definitely a miscommunication there. As soon as Eaton really pitched that ball right back to his running back, you could definitely tell he wasn't quite ready for it. And he's honestly lucky that it didn't turn into a big turnover like that where they could have been a couple more extra yards for the Chiefs.
Ethan Strack split really, really wide for Hopatcong, and into that vacant spot, number 34, Kion Simpson. Simpson with the first down that I remember for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and they're already at midfield right here too. When they took advantage of that, they saw that, they ran it right to the left right there, and they made a first down. They saw that wide open hole right there. If it wasn't those defenders for Whippany, if they weren't on the outside of that, they probably could have broken away for a lot more yards, maybe even a touchdown, arguably.
1st and 10 at the Whippany Park 49. Hopatcong's first venture into Whippany Park territory. Antonio Briggs under center, jet motion across, toss. Coming toward us is number 22. He's not listed on the roster, so we'll have to track that down at halftime. But he picks up about 10, and he may have moved the chains here.
He looked like he got that first down marker, if not extremely close, and they're moving the chains, so he got the first down. New set of downs for the Chiefs. Well, these last 2 drives that they've had, very impressive. I will say that they've been showing a lot of integrity and grit into this offense. They made a lot of adjustments. Now they're getting hot. But the biggest question is, can they score here with 9:16 left in the first half?
Split wide again to the left, to the top of your screen. Hand off again to number 22. Gain of 3, it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 36.
But impressive here to see what can they do right here in this drive, John. They got to be able to make something work out right here on this drive if they can. And a quite impressive right there for a quarterback fake right there. They could be all the way, and that's going to be a Hopatcong touchdown. What a nice drive by the Chiefs right here, John. And keeping it is, of course, number 24 right here for the Chiefs.
Number 34.
34, excuse me.
Kion Simpson.
Kion Simpson, the senior running back here, 5'8", 125 pounds. That's a big game right there, John. They were able to do. If we can get into the replay of this play right here, John, I'll show you exactly how it all went down.
Number 22.
But now they got a chance right here. They can definitely take the lead.
Kick is up. And it's good, 7-6. Hopatcong takes the lead. Let's take a look at the replay. Kion Simpson's run. Jet motion, it's a reverse. Simpson goes back.
For the longest time, it looked like it was number 4 who had that, but instead Kion Simpson had it, and they fooled the entire Whippany defense.
And number 22 is Kyle Lattermarak.
but impressive right there by the Hopatcong Chiefs. They take this with their first lead of the game. 7:57 left to go.
Hopatcong takes the lead. We got to see now how Whippany Park responds. 7-6, you're down a point on senior night. Just under 8 minutes to go in this first half.
This is where, John, I think this is where the Wildcats should definitely start thinking about passing the ball. And maybe even making like those short passes or checkdowns as well, because they've been getting stuffed at the ground now. So this is their opportunity to now change things up where Hopatcong may be able to be caught off guard a little bit.
Number 48, Rocco Schubert, brings the ball out to kick. And Hopatcong is setting up on their right hash, the near hash. Are they going to try an onside kick here? Hopatcong still filtering players out onto the field. Finally get 11, and they have 6 to the short side. Squib kick, bounces right into the hands of number 12 for Whippany Park, Nick Casale. He picks up a couple. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. At their own 36-yard line. 7:52 to go in the first half. And for the first time tonight, Whippany Park trails 7-6.
As I said, John, they got to really think about passing the ball a little bit right here. Give Tyler Eaton the ball, try to see if he can pass the ball a little bit, even if it's a short yardage pass. You got to try something here to get the offense back on its feet.
Stutter step motion, pitch back, and with all kinds of space, it's
gone.
a foot race. It's Jason Sika, number 15. And the 6'1", 190-pound sophomore responds in a big way with a 64-yard touchdown to put Whippany Park back in front. It looks like they may go for 2 here, since they missed that earlier PAT.
That's a way to respond back after you just got scored on. Great job by the Wildcats. They drew that one up extremely nice. Very clean run right there to the right side of the field, and they got it.
Handoff right up the middle, and Earhart falls in. 2-point conversion, 14-7 now. The lead for Whippany Park. That's how you respond. One play. Yeah, tell me it's a grind-out offense.
Absolutely. You see him. He's running right to the right. And, of course, the 2 defensive players, they're right there, but they're not able to finish on that tackle right there to stop them. So they ran right in for the touchdown for the Wildcats. That's a great run right there.
Want to fire on all cylinders? Wilson Auto Parts has you covered. With 10 convenient New Jersey locations, including Hackensack, Patterson, Newark, West Orange, Jersey City, and more, with a brand new store coming to Dover. We're always right around the corner. Order online anytime and get same-day delivery straight to your shop or driveway. It's fast, reliable, and backed by over 40 years of trusted service. Visit WilsonPartsGroup.com or call 888-827-6177 today. Wilson Auto Parts, reliable parts, same-day delivery. Speaking of quick delivery, Jason Sika just really quickly puts Whippany Park back in front, 14-7, 7:39 left in this first half. Hopatcong at Whippany Park here on the Garden State Athletic Network. High, short kick, and it's off the receiver. Bounces all the way back. I think Whippany Park may have this.
They most certainly do. I saw Whippany Park jump right back on it, and they got it.
Carrying it off the field, holding it aloft is Nick Casale. CJ Palmisano, number 10, recovers that one. And 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats, already at the Hopatcong 32. This could be a pivotal point in this game.
It's going to change up everything, of course. You just gave the Wildcats right back into the momentum that was going their way in that first drive of the game, and now they're getting right back into it as well. So that was a huge turnover there by the Chiefs, the first one of the game overall in terms of fumbles, interceptions, things of that nature. So we'll see how they can respond to this, if they can have another nice long run that they just had.
Jackson in motion, takes the toss. I think he was looking to pass. He's run out of bounds. I have seen him run the toss pass before, and he had a receiver on the go. The corner was with him. Jackson run out of bounds. Picks up a cup. Picks up one. Well, maybe he lost.
I was going to say, he looked like he lost at least a yard on that carry. But as you said, John, it definitely looked like he was getting ready to pass. He wanted to pass, and it wasn't there. So it took the loss there and technically a sack. So,
yeah, actually it is. 2nd 13 now from the Hopatcong 35. Tyler Eaton under center. Back to a more traditional wing T look. Eaton throws the middle screen. It's brought down by number 66 of Hopatcong, Yusuf Hayek.
Number 66, Yusuf Hayek of the Chiefs. 3-yard gain.
Brought back the 3 yards they just lost. 3rd and 10 now, back at the 32-yard line of Hopatcong with 7 minutes to go in this first half.
Now with this 3rd and long, they're gonna have to try to figure out something here to get this momentum, to continue the momentum that they had on their last drive before this big turnover on the kickoff return. Because this 3rd and long, they're gonna have to think about passing for a longer way. So, and that's exactly what they do.
Ball's up and a wide open Jackson.
Pass complete to number 5, Justin Getzinger.
Sorry, that was Justin Getzinger, the senior, who catches it for a first down. And 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats at the Hopatcong 19.
They kept him. He was wide open right there. I don't think the Chiefs were getting ready for that one. They just left him wide open right there, and he got that easy first down.
1st and 10, Wildcats with the ball on the Chiefs' 19-yard line.
Nick Casale brings in the play. Shift out of the traditional wing T look. Jet motion across by Jackson. Takes it, plants, cuts upfield.
Number 3, Darian Jackson on the carry.
Jackson picked up 3 or 4.
Number 66, Yusuf Hayek on the stop for the Chiefs.
Hayek on the stop again, and he's becoming a force in the middle. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. I just love the way Jackson plants that right foot of his when he's going in motion to the far side and cuts it up.
It definitely makes it very strong for the offense and definitely very effective for the running. So, of course, that's definitely a big momentum right there.
Number 18, Robert Earhart.
Robert Earhart takes that handoff, and he loses yardage back to 3rd and 10 for Whippany Park. 5 minutes to go in the first half. The Wildcats with a 14-7 lead over Hopatcong. Again, Whippany Park in the black. They're going from right to left in this second quarter. In their alternate uniforms, red sleeves, red numbers. Shift there. Jackson now behind the quarterback. Motion across. Passes up. Almost intercepted.
Ooh, that was so close. Another step. Had he had another step right there, he would have absolutely had that interception. That was going right into the hands of the defender.
4th and 10 now for the Wildcats. From the Hopatcong 19. I thought they were running that wham play that they run so often where they motion to jet back from the outside in, and he does a block. And we've got a timeout on the field called by the Wildcats. Want a great way to promote your business and support your local teams? Then become a sponsor on the Garden State Athletic Network. We have network and game sponsorship opportunities available for the fall 2025 season. It's really not too early, as the weather and your wrestling comments tell us, to start to think about winter as well. Let us help you promote your business or organization throughout New Jersey, all at an affordable cost. To learn more, scan the QR code on your screen or get in touch by emailing sponsorships at GardenStateAthleticNetwork.com or calling 973-738-3881. Let Garden State Athletic Network make your business the star of the show. It'll be 4th and 10 at the Hopatcong 19 for the Whippany Park Wildcats when we come back. They called the timeout. They're second. The hosts have one left with 4:22 left in this first half. Whippany Park with a 14-7 lead.
But make no mistake, though, that the Chiefs have been keeping this game extremely interesting.
Backing out into the gun, and Darian Jackson's back there to take the snap. Back to him, passes up, juggled, and caught. Alexander Kulik with the catch. He comes down with it and quickly to the line, like they're trying to keep him from being reviewed or something, which they can't do.
Yeah.
Are the Wildcats.
Oh, it did look extremely close. It looked like that he caught it, and then he was about to bobble it a little bit, but he landed on top of it. It seemed like it was a very a very strong hold there right at the end of the ball. There
was no hesitation in the signal.
No, definitely not. They definitely saw something that we didn't, so.
1st and goal at the 5. Motion across, that stutter step motion. Eaton hands it off. Darian Jackson waltzes in for the touchdown. And with 3:29 to go, the lead now 20-7 for the Whippany Park Wildcats.
Yeah, definitely a strong finish right there. Of course, it looked like they were kind of dead in the water a little bit after that little bit of that when they were stopped right there on a 3rd down, but they found a nice open pass there to Gulick, and they were able to punch in for the touchdown, and they now are up by 2 scores.
Gulick, who had the big catch that kept this drive alive, lined up to attempt the extra point.
The question is, how is Hopatcong going to respond after that costly turnover right there to put them down by 2 scores?
My question here is, did Whippany Park want to burn more clock?
I think so.
And here is the replay of the touchdown. Motion across.
and he ran right in through the hole. He found a wide open hole right there thanks to his offensive line. They were able to push him right out of the way, and they were able to go right in and score, get their 6 points.
(21-7). 14-point lead now for the host Whippany Park here on senior night. John Kovach, James Clark with you on the Garden State Athletic
Kicking
Network.
off for the Wildcats, number 11, Tyler Eaton. Back deep to receive for the Chiefs was number 9, Ethan Strack, and number 19, Michael Soto.
Up the ball at the 40. Both teams kicking from the hash. Six players to the wide side, the near side for Whippany Park. Kicks up. Again, fairly short. Fielded just inside the 15. Cutting outside and almost stripped again. Dragged down by the ball is number 9, Ethan Strack.
70, Gavin Brown of the Wildcats.
Brown got one arm out. Ethan Brown got one arm out there for Whippany Park and could have forced a turnover and really wrenched Strack down by it.
He definitely could have. Would have been another costly turnover there for the Chiefs.
3:23 to go, so Hopatcong takes over first and 10, just outside the 25-yard line. Bunch formation right, back to pass Briggs. Catches a receiver coming across. We got a flag in the backfield.
It looks like it's going to be coming back there, John.
Briggs' pass complete to number 34, Kion Simpson.
Unless if they found something on defense.
Yeah, roughing the passer is going to be the call. That's going to be 15 free for Hopatcong. Yeah, when you said it was a hold, I had seen the reaction of the Whippany Park defenders who were in there, and I'm like, I got a feeling this might be going the other way.
Yep, and it did, and that's a costly penalty right there for the Wildcats to definitely get that. So makes it a whole new set of downs here for Hopatcong. And we'll see how they answer because they've been picking it up a little bit on the offensive side of the ball.
Also turns what was a 5-yard gain into a 20-yard gain.
It's insane of how that all works out, right?
It's from the end of the play.
The ball will be marked at the 46-yard line of the Chiefs.
So now first and 10 for Hopatcong at their own 46. 3:13 to go in the first half, but rapidly approaching midfield are the Hopatcong Chiefs. And that's going to be offside. There was a stunt tried by one of the Whippany Park. Oh, they're going to wave it off. Maybe they hadn't whistled it ready yet, but there was a helmet across the line. Discussion now, but they have waved off the flag.
I think Coach Grudas was talking to the head official there for a minute. I think he wanted a little bit of more explanation of what happened in that penalty.
What he wanted, and it's interesting, the reception was to this hash, the near hash, the right hash for Hopatcong. When they walked off the penalty, they spotted it to the far hash. They stopped the play to bring it back over. Not sure how it relates to anything, but second back through, number 34, that's Kion Simpson.
Stopped by number 15, Jason Sika.
Picks up about 4,
There's a flag on the play.
but another flag.
And I think that one's going to be on the defense, if I'm not mistaken. Or nope, they're backing up already, so this might be going on Hopatcong. But now they're indicating over to Whippany Park.
Yeah, I'm going to sit this out until I see an official signal. I mean, Hopatcong's already sent in a play. And it's quite a discussion going on among the men in the stripes. And that gets waved off.
There's no flag on the play.
It was a very interesting one. I was wondering what they saw in that play right there, because I think they wanted to indicate it on Whippany at first.
So 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2. Couldn't tell you what the play was. And the sack. Cerno took the snap. They moved Briggs out to the slot. He was in motion across, and Cerno takes the sack, brings up a 3rd and 14 for Hopatcong. 2 minutes to go in the first half. They trail by 14, 21-7 here at Whippany Park. Bringing the play now, maybe going back to quarterback Antonio Briggs, the 5'8", 150-pound junior. Little bit of extra discussion. Oh, they're fixing a strap. Briggs under center. Man in motion. There's that reverse again to Simpson. They scored on it once before. He gets the right side, gets it across midfield, but no farther than that.
Going to make things interesting here, John. Are they going to punt the ball away, or are they going to go for this?
I would probably punt and give Whippany Park as long a field as I possibly could.
Especially with this amount of short time left. They have a minute left. I think they're just draining this clock out.
Right. They'll stay in the huddle as long as they can. They may burn that last or their second timeout if it gets close to delay. It doesn't kill you here to even take the delay and have 5 more yards to work with.
No, it doesn't. And sometimes that's something that coaches are willing to take. They'll take that extra 5 yards off and just take it down. But as long as they can drain the clock or the rest of the clock out, it'd be fine.
And they call the timeout just before the delay of game, 32.4 seconds. So that's going to limit how many chances Whippany Park will get when they get the ball back. Now, do they punt off of this, or do they burn it down, and do they take a shot?
As you said, John, I'm a very conservative man when it comes to football. I think you kind of want to just punt the ball away. You've got a whole entire second half. You're going to get the ball back in the second half anyway. So I think you might as well just drain that clock down and give them as less time as you possibly can.
Yeah, I would punt and hope to pin him deep. Again, tonight's game is brought to you by Wilson Auto Parts, Air Group, Hammer and Nails, and Jack's Excavation and Construction. We thank them for sponsoring us here on the Garden State Athletic Network. I wonder what that was a long how Whippany Park came back on. Whippany Park is staying in a defensive look. And Hopatcong's lined up like they're going to go for this. Antonio Briggs is under center. Handoff up the middle, ladder out. Now it's just a push. Whippany Park shuts it down. Clock is stopped with 25.1 seconds left. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Whippany Park 45 with 25 seconds to go.
I mean, I understand they definitely wanted to go for it, and they definitely wanted to see if they could get the first down, and with still another timeout, run another couple offensive plays. But definitely, you definitely want to make sure that you get that extra time in and pin them back down, because it's 25 seconds in high school football. There's still quite a bit of time left to really work something. So we'll see if they do.
1 timeout left for each club. Jackson is taking the snaps, and he backs up into the gun. Takes it, fakes the handoff. He's looking downfield. Sidesteps pressure. Now he tucks and runs. This is where he's dangerous. Gets into Hopatcong territory and is just clipped out of bounds. Okay, I'm going to salute here. for his respect for the field and the opponent. Number 34, Kion Simpson, the senior running back who scored for Hopatcong. He crashed into the bench on the Whippany Park sideline, knocked it over. Not only did he put it back upright, he made sure it was back in the position it was in. Dragged it. Get back on the field.
If you remember Nick Mullins, one of the backup quarterbacks in the NFL from the Niners years ago, every time he would run over the pylon, he would always pick it up and put it right back onto the hash.
Full start here, and that was quick. Not set. 14.6 seconds to go in the half. And that's the thing, that was an impressive run, avoiding pressure by Jackson, but it burned
I thought they were going to do
almost half of the time that they had left to work with.
Yeah, it most certainly did, and that's where it kind of comes back into play. If they would have punted, Hopatcong that is, if they would have punted, they would have had a much larger field to work with.
Shift back to Jackson in the gun. 3 receivers to the top side. Takes the snap, steps back, looks to his left, floats it up to his right. It's in the middle. It's intercepted by Hopatcong.
Jackson's pass intercepted by number 1, Jorge Chavez.
Number 1, Jorge Chavez with the pick. Hopatcong will take over with 6.5 seconds to go. 1st and 10 at their own 33.
He read that one perfectly. He was right there in front of the receiver that he was looking at. Getzinger was looking for someone right there, and he just underthrew him a little bit more, but it was great coverage by the defense.
Triple coverage there. Three guys there. Hopatcong calls its last time out.
Well, just think about it, if they would have punted that and they got that turnover right over here, would have been around the Whippany 40-yard line, somewhere around that nature. They could definitely have some more time to work with and maybe even try to score.
No doubt.
Very critical thinking right there.
Yeah, I kind of needed to chart that, but you are actually right.
Must be a surprise, right, John?
I didn't say that.
No, I'm just...
How mean am I? Am I that nasty?
No, I love calling games with you, John.
Want a great way to promote your business, support local teams, and allow me to continue to pick on James Clark? Become a sponsor on the Garden State Athletic Network. We have network and game sponsorship opportunities available for the fall 2025 season. Let us help you promote your business or organization throughout New Jersey at all at an affordable cost. Scan the QR code on your screen or get in touch by emailing sponsorships at GardenStateAthleticNetwork.com or calling us at 973-738-3881.
We'll see. They got to draw something up here. They're definitely going to pass this one right here. You see the 2 wide out to the right. We'll see what they can do, and they don't.
No, handoff. I don't think he was down. Now he is.
Number 22, Kyle Lavamarock on the carry.
An interesting play call right there by Coach Serto for the Hopatcong Chiefs.
Yeah, I think they wanted to spread out that second level with the double slot look and see if they could open up some green, try to run the ball. That's going to do it for the first half. We're going to step aside. We'll be back for the second half. 21-7 in favor of Whippany Park here on the Garden State Athletic Network.
American Idiot by Green Day. Levitating by Dua Lipa. Come Out and Play by The Offspring. And Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. Soloists include Jack Van Segern and Alyssa Wang.
That good, Zach? That good, Zach? I bet.
Welcome back to Whippany Park High School. John Kovach, James Clark with you on the Garden State Athletic Network. Whippany Park with a 21-7 lead over the Hopatcong Chiefs. Tonight's game brought to you by Wilson Auto Parts, Air Group, Hammer and Nails, Jack's Excavation and Construction. James, most of tonight has unfolded the way we thought to, run-heavy teams banging on each other, but you can't overlook what Darian Jackson, the senior running back, wide receiver, slot back, quarterback for Whippany Park, has done tonight. He's lined up in the gun, he's thrown passes, he's run for a touchdown. I mean, he's done just about everything for the Wildcats in this 21-7 lead they have.
He's been in control this entire game. The offense has definitely been picking up. There's been a little bit of some moments of where they haven't been, they kind of been sluggish, but they've been picking it up, and it's all thanks to him with his rushing attack, and also as well too, John, being a part of the passing game and being able to play at that quarterback position in crucial plays that were necessary.
Also, I think you can't not mention the 60-yard run by Jason Sika. Hopatcong gets on the board, and a play later, Jason Sika goes up the far sideline and makes it a well, it would eventually become a 7-point lead again for the hosts when they trailed 7-6.
Yeah, it was just moments after Hopatcong had scored, and he came in with that huge 60-plus yard rushing attack right there. He got that in very much a very much elusive formation that he was able to get in order to score off of that. It's been quite impressive what they've been able to do on the ground. There's been a couple of times, a little bit of turnover on downs that really have made the game interesting, but either way, it's still anybody's ball game being down 2 scores if you're Hopatcong.
Hopatcong will get the ball to start the half. Whippany Park won the toss and elected to receive. So Hopatcong, they'll be in white with the green helmets, will get the ball. I was impressed also with the way both defenses adjusted when they started to give up yards. I think especially Hopatcong. Hopatcong started to shut things down, and I think they forced Whippany Park
that was the best part.
to try to do things a little differently, like having Darian Jackson line up in the shotgun at quarterback as much as he has.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's what's really been keeping this game into the close contention that it is. And I'm just excited to see what the second half does and what Hopatcong can do, because they were humming a little bit on offense towards the end in the first half, but we'll see how they can adjust right here coming out of the locker room, getting ready to receive the ball first to start the second half.
Tyler Eaton, the freshman quarterback, will kick off for Whippany Park. They're going from left to right, the black with the white helmets with an alternate uniform. Ball's fielded at the 25 by number 9 for Hopatcong, Ethan Strack. Strack gets it out to 33-yard line where the Chiefs will take over first and 10.
Number 70, Gavin Brown on the side for the Wildcats. The Chiefs will go first and 10 with the ball.
And Hopatcong mixed it up a little bit too, because we've primarily seen Antonio Briggs at quarterback under center, but they lined him up at the slot and motioned him a couple of times and put Michael Serto, the 5'8", 185-pound senior running back, at quarterback. Handoff by Briggs. Just a run-off tackle into a pile. It'll be second and about 7.
Robert Earhart of the Wildcats. A gain of 3 will bring up second down and 7.
I believe it was Kyle Latimerak, number 22 on the carry. I had a hard time picking it out of that pile.
Tough one right there, but as I said, John, they've been moving the ball. They've been figuring out to move the ball a little bit more, and they've been kind of drawing them off sides. And the biggest thing right now, why this game is so close, is because of penalties by Whippany Park.
These teams came in 2-5. We expected it to be close. And penalties have certainly hurt the Wildcats. Sweep our way, number 34, Kion Simpson. And he's going to go down for a loss if he can't escape this tackle. And he doesn't. Actually, he did. No, that is a loss. I'm sorry. He's going to lose.
I'm going to say about 2 or 3 yards, it looked like there, more even.
Yeah, he lost the 3 or 4 they got. Now they finally spot it back at the original line of scrimmage. So we'll just say it's 3rd and 10 and forget all that other conversation happened.
Yes, absolutely.
Just scrap that. Zach, cut that, by the way. Just scratch that sound from a couple minutes ago.
Of course, Zach is the new Jared right now.
He could do it at 10 o'clock tonight.
Zach's the new Jared.
Yeah. Jared 2, the sequel. Briggs under center. He's trying to engineer some shifting here in the set. Motion across, back to pass and rolling to his right. Briggs, the pass was to Latimerak, and he's shouldered down for a loss of a yard. Earhart with the tackle. We've heard his name a lot on defense tonight, in addition to his carries. 4th and 11 now, and Hopatcong will have to punt. 9:30 and running here in the 3rd quarter. Hopatcong trails 21-7 to the host, Whippany Park.
Number 3, Darian Jackson.
Darian Jackson, who's done everything. Back to return it. Almost blocked. Line drive punt. He's just going to let it die. And it comes to a dead stop. I wish my approach shots would do that.
Yeah, I got to say, Darian Jackson looked like what we saw from Aaron Rodgers last night when he tried to tush push. Just saying it right there. It's like, I'm not getting involved in that.
Just let that one go out. You know, don't force the muff, but don't turn it over.
No, don't. And don't let it touch you. If it bounces back, it's poison, so just let it go.
If I had a dime for every time I yelled poison and watched somebody get within a foot of the ball, I would be a very, very rich man. 1st and 10 for Whippany Park at their own 47-yard line. Just over 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. They lead by 14, 21-7. Tyler Eaton back at quarterback for Whippany Park, going from left to right. Eaton under center. Shift out to wing by Jackson. Hand off to Earhart. Earhart has space.
Number 18, Robert Earhart on the carry, brought down by number 1.
Moved the chains, got the ball into Hopatcong territory. Gain of 13 or 14. It's going to be 1st and
Wildcat first down. It'll be
maybe less than that now that I.
43-yard line.
Regardless, it's a 1st down. 1st and 10 for Whippany Park at the 43-yard line. Under center, 3 backs behind him. Shift up to a wing right. Motion across, almost draws it offside. Eaton hands off to Jackson.
Number 3, Darian Jackson on the carry.
Jackson weaves his way through.
56, Joey Costa on the stop for the Chiefs. A gain of 2.
Picks up 2.
Down and 8.
2nd and 8. Comes at Whippany Park. They've snapped ball quickly once they've gotten to the line, but they're in no hurry to get there. They're content to hang in the huddle and burn clock. This clock running, they're up 2 scores, 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, toss outside to Jackson. He ladders it to the right, runs into pursuit, tries to fight his way through. Picks up a couple. Going to be 3rd and 6 from the 39-yard line of Hopatcong. Nothing fancy there, just ball control, old school wing T offense.
Yeah,
by Whippany Park.
They've been adapted to the Don Smolin days of the wing T basic offense. Is Whippany Park.
It's basic, but there's so much you can do from it.
Oh, there most certainly is. There's only a very select few plays in that book. If it's effective, it's effective.
Jackson, the quarterback, fakes the handoff, fires a pass downfield. Almost intercepted off the hands of 2 Hopatcong defenders, but it's incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th and 6 from the Hopatcong 39. Decision time here. Do you hope to down it inside the 5 and give them a 90-plus yard field?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I do.
I would absolutely do that, and that's exactly what it looks like they're going to do. But great coverage right there by Hopatcong. They saw that coming. They saw it coming around to the right, and they could have picked it off. But great job right there by, and
Jackson
it's a fake.
Back to punt. It's a fake, and he's pulled down. It's a sack. Hopatcong not fooled on that.
Isaiah Lugo on the stop for the Chiefs.
They were definitely ready for that one, John. You could definitely tell the way that they were lined up. I don't know if we're able to get back to the replay, but when you take a look at that, you take a look at the replay on that, they were definitely ready just looking at the way that they were lined up. So that really right there is just very well disciplined there by Coach Serto, really teaching this team how to be ready for the fake punts like that, because we know that they can definitely throw the ball and they can be explosive in that end as well.
1st and 10 for Hopatcong from their own 45. Hand off to the right side. Number 19, Michael Serto with the carry, and he picks up about 5.
Number 18, Robert Earhart on the stop. Carrier's good to gain 5 yards, making
But
it
definitely some
17
players to
five.
highlight for the Chiefs for tonight's game. Definitely was that touchdown run there by Keon Simpson, and who definitely scored on that touchdown, and definitely some good players for this Hopatcong team that will definitely develop in a very relatively young Hopatcong team.
Yeah, not a lot of seniors on the Chiefs. True wing T set there, jet motion across, back to pass, his breaks, he escapes a tackler, escapes another, escapes a third, finally brought down. It's going to be roughly no gain at midfield. Bring up 3rd and 5.
Oh, he was very lucky. He was able to get right out of that sack and was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, which was great for them, and only another extra 5 yards left to make it a 3rd down. And from our vantage point here, the scoreboard says that he had lost a yard, and nope, they put it right back in the 3rd and 5. But it definitely looked from our vantage point that they definitely made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right, I thought he clearly made it back to the line. They adjust the spot. Moot point. Another discussion that Zach can deal with in post. Wing T set, 3rd and 5. Ball's on the ground. Briggs recovers his own fumble, but it is going to be for a loss of 5, be 4th and 10, but away from the ball and after that tackle on the fake punt, it looks like it's getting a little chippy out there, let's say.
I think so. You can understand it from the Whippany Park sidelines. You can understand it because you're a team that's expected to win. You're a team that's expected to overpower with all these key players like Earhart, Jackson, all those guys that definitely are a big factor. And another punt right there, of course.
Ethan Strack's punt comes to a stop at the 33, where Whippany Park will take over. 1st and 10, 4:38 to go in this 3rd quarter.
An impressive showing here by both. Obviously, the defenses are definitely making adjustments, and Whippany Park going right back out into the offense, being led by their freshman quarterback of Tyler Eaton. Should make things interesting. We'll see what kind of adjustments that they make on the offensive side of the ball, but they've been kind of slacking a little bit, but I think they'll pick it back up.
Eaton, number 11, forced into action when Brandon Giangeruso, who was the key to this Whippany Park offense, tore up a knee at Kinnelon, and then Nick Petty dislocated his knee. Robert Earhart on the carry on first down. He loses 2 or 3, going to be 2nd and 12 for the Wildcats from their own 31-yard line.
They're definitely catching on. Hopatcong is definitely catching on to the run game now. You can tell by their blitz that they're definitely picking up on the pressure right there to lose yardage there for the Wildcats. So great job by for the Chiefs to be able to stop that run right there on Earhart.
Jackson now a quarterback, starts under center, shifts back to the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Earhart. He keeps himself, runs it up the left side, tries to hurdle a tackler, gets back about to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10 for Whippany Park. 3.5 minutes to go. A scoreless 3rd quarter. Whippany Park with a 21-7 lead.
Yeah, they're definitely making the adjustments, and they saw him running to the outside, and they were all right there. It took the entire defensive line there for Hopatcong to get him down, but not much gain right there. Back to the line of scrimmage, as you said, John. So 3rd and long. What are you going to do right here?
Yeah, at this point in the season, just about everything you do is on film. They've seen it.
Oh, 100%. They see everything on film. High school football, college football, NFL, they all see it on film. They know exactly what they're playing up against.
And Whippany Park was its first time out of the second half with 2:51 to go in this 3rd quarter.
And a very interesting timeout right there. Attention all gentlemen, Hammer and Nails, prepare for next level pampering. Hammer and Nails Luxury Grooming Club on Route 10 in Whippany is your one-stop shop for all your grooming needs. Come enjoy services from haircuts, straight razor shaves, beard trims, mani-pedis, facials, and more. With a membership-based program, you can pick what's best for you and your lifestyle. Hammer and Nails Man Cave environment will have you tuning out the world and tuning into luxury all while you enjoy a complimentary drink on us. It's an experience like no other. Hammer and Nails in Whippany and opening soon in Roseland, New Jersey. We will see you there. As we get right out of the timeout.
3rd and 10 for the Wildcats, going from left to right in the black uniforms with the white helmets. Receiver split wide to the left. Eaton under center. Motion across. Eaton with the toss outside.
Number 15, Jason
to number
Sika
15, Jason Sika.
Joey Costa, the Chiefs.
The 6'1", 190-pound sophomore.
3 for the Wildcats.
Makes it 4th and about 4.
Punting for the Wildcats is number 3, Darian Jackson.
And they're looking like they're going to go ahead and punt this one. I don't think they're going to fake this one again.
I would.
High snap right
High snap is blocked! Scramble for the ball. It's going to be moved. It's going to be a Hopatcong ball. Trying to get the number who blocked it.
I believe it was number 53 for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it might have been 8 to 8 was in there. Can we take a look at that?
I got number 8.
Take a look at that punt right there. I kind of, when you saw it, the snap go so extremely high, you kind of saw something going on there. And someone was able to get right into it. But an impressive thing right there. That really got Hopatcong back on their feet.
We'll look at it after this play. 1st and 10 for Hopatcong, deep in Whippany Park territory. They are at the 24-yard line. Briggs under center, motion across, handoff to number 19, Michael Cerdo. Cerdo turns the corner up the right side. He's got the first down and more. Brought down after a gain of nearly, I think we have a flag way behind the line of scrimmage. Right at the point of attack where hold is the likely call. We'll watch for the official signal.
So there's a flag on the play.
As you said, John, I think this is going to be a hold, but there's a discussion between Coach Cerdo and the official.
Yeah, they're giving him some leeway. Holding is the call. Now, the new enforcement on that, behind the line, that'll be walked off from the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 1st and 20 from the 34-yard line.
And I think this is definitely going to be interesting to see what they do here, being pushed back 10.
Briggs in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right. Takes the snap, looks right, fires a pass. It's complete. Gain of about 8. 34. Kyon Simpson with the catch. Less of a gain than I thought.
Yeah, it looked like he gained about at least 3 or 4, but now they're saying 2nd and 17 here.
Yeah, so that would make it a gain of 3. I thought he got a little more than that. 2nd and long from the 31 of Whippany Park. We're inside the final 35 seconds of a scoreless 3rd quarter. Cerdo takes the pass. It's picked off! Looking for the flags, and I think I just saw one come in. I think you're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct off of this interception. There was a little bit of celebration directed right at the Hopatcong bench. I think I did see a flag come in.
I almost thought that...
Oh, maybe not.
I was going to say, I almost thought the defender got there a little bit early.
I was mistaken. I thought I saw a flag. Must have been something blowing in the wind. Kind of surprised, to be honest with you.
I thought that he did get there a little bit early, but did they make the official call of what the call was?
No call. There's no pen. I thought the call came after the pick because there was a little bit of celebration directed right in front of the Hopatcong bench. Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be no gain.
Number 15, Jason Sika on the carry.
Sika on the carry. We're inside 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Clock running. I don't think Whippany Park's going to be in a hurry to snap the ball again. And they'll probably take the quarter here. We're inside 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, let this clock roll out and take it into the 4th.
No scoring in the 3rd quarter. We're on to the 4th. 21-7 in favor of Whippany Park here on the Garden State Athletic Network. Today's game is presented by Jack's Excavation and Construction in Hopatcong, striving for excellence as we move New Jersey water lines, sewer lines, retaining walls, and more. Learn more or get in touch. by calling us at 862-254-5243. Jack's Excavation and Construction. It'll be 2nd and 10 when we come back. You know, there's still time to support your local teams and promote your business by becoming a sponsor on the Garden State Athletic Network. Still have opportunities for fall 2025. We're going to roll right into winter 2025-26. We can help you promote your business or organization throughout New Jersey at an affordable cost. To learn more, scan the QR code on your screen or get in touch by emailing sponsorships at GardenStateAthleticNetwork.com or calling 973-738-3881.
They're going here, 12 minutes left on the clock here. What do you think they're going to do? We'll see what they can do and figure out here as they try to close out this game as Whippany Park being up 2 scores.
2nd and 10 from their own 32 for Whippany Park, now going from right to left. Tyler Eaton under center. Takes the snap, fakes a handoff, fakes it again, throws a ball, almost picked, almost caught. It's incomplete, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. You're looking at having to punt from around your own 20, and your last attempt was blocked if you're Whippany Park.
Yeah, that's very crucial. That's very crucial, and that picks up more momentum for the Hopatcong Chiefs on defense, especially who have been, you know, really existent in the second half. And if they didn't give up those 2 big gains, those big touchdowns right there, we could be talking about a 7-7 game right now. And that's exactly what it feels like right now. Defensive battle despite the score being up 2 scores for Whippany.
He takes the snap quickly, drops back to middle screen, and it's really not caught by anyone. I don't think Earhart was ready for it. He just kind of dropped. Now you've got 4th and 10 if you're the Wildcats.
The ball looked a little bit wobbly from my end, and I almost kind of thought that was going to be a fumble. But of course, in high school football, it doesn't get reviewed like that, because I would have felt that would have been a fumble.
See if we get a penalty here, because Hopatcong may have timeout called by Hopatcong with 11:49 to go. You had a player run off there. They may have broken the huddle with 12. Might be a wise timeout here.
Yeah, I think they definitely didn't want to get hit with that penalty.
Get in your 50-50 tickets, please.
Hey fans, just like the Whippany Wildcats on the field, Air Group delivers when it matters most. Whether it's a broken furnace during the big game, a plumbing emergency at halftime, or keeping your lights shining bright after another victory, they are your go-to for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. Air Group has proudly served our community since 1965, and we are thrilled to have them as a longtime sponsor. Visit airgroupllc.com to learn more. Air Group, one call does it all.
600-372.
Darian Jackson back to punt for Whippany Park. Gets this one off. It's short. Nobody back to return it. Rolls into Hopatcong territory. Comes to rest around the 39-yard line,
Chiefs will take over 1st and 10 from the 40
where Hopatcong will take over 1st and 10 with 11:38 to go.
It was a high punt too, much higher than the last one, for sure, because if it get it blocked.
Ball closer to the 40 than the 39. That's where the spot is. So 1st down, we'll put it right at midfield. Flags under center. Put Simpson in motion. Toss to Latimerak. Latimerak just runs into a swarm of Whippany Park defenders. They give him a gain of 1 on forward progress. Second and 9 from the 41. Brings hands off. Latimerak breaks through right up the middle and moves the chains. He's got the ball into Whippany Park territory. First and 10 at the Wildcats 48.
Chiefs for the Wildcats, 48-yard line.
Slot look to the top side there to the left of Briggs, who's in the gun. Takes the snap, Briggs rolls to his left, tucking it to run. He's got space to get back to the line. Picks up a couple. He's out of bounds short of the 45-yard line. Going to be probably second 8 or 9. See where they spot it. Wow. I thought he was out of bounds a lot further upfield.
From our vantage point, it did look like that, didn't it?
Second 10. I got to get to the eye doctor or something.
Well, John, I agree with you. I think there is, I kind of thought there was something closer than that, but only back to the line of scrimmage. I don't agree with you going back to the eye doctor. I'm not saying that.
No, I am overdue. Not debatable. Handoff up the middle, and a hard run, driving right through there is Michael Serto. Third and 2 for the Wildcats. They need 2 scores, 9:45 to go in this fourth quarter.
What a great job by them. They're not giving up. They're keeping on to that run game. And they only got 2 more yards to go to see if they can get the first down. We'll see what they can figure out and do here.
Wing T look with the receiver split to the left. Briggs takes the handoff, first back through. It's Serto again. Serto, we've got flags coming in, and look, probably going to be a face mask get tacked on. Serto picked up 20 at least on that. Probably 23. And face mask is the unofficial indication from one of the officials who threw the flag.
He did look like he went down. Serto went down very awkwardly there, and it took 2 or 3 guys, but there's 2 flags on the ground.
I think they were both thrown on the same face mask. Personal foul, 15-yard face mask. That is going to set, it's going to be a half the distance enforcement. It is going to set up Hopatcong. First and goal at the 8-yard line. The score here, and this gets interesting.
Very much so.
Handoff on the sweep our way. Shoestring tackle. Keeps Jorge Chavez out of the end zone. Second and goal from the 1.
Just right there. All they need is just that 1 yard to score.
Chavez, 5'7", 150-pound junior.
And I just love seeing the center for both teams always are the first ones right out to the ball. I just love seeing that.
Hopatcong getting back into the huddle, and I'm trying to find a back judge who keeps tied and look for the hand to go up. Hand off there. It's Simpson. Simpson takes a couple of hits, but gets over the line. 21-13. Hopatcong is within 8 points. Extra point pending. 7:53 to go in regulation.
That was just that face mask call right there, John. Very crucial at this point in the game. You can't give up something like that. But this extra point is also very important as well, too, for the Chiefs. So let's see what they can do. And now we got a ball game on our hands.
Kick is up and it's good.
Wildcats 21, Chiefs 14.
And it's a one-score game with a little under 8 minutes to go in this.
What feels more to be a defensive battle.
Spots are still available for the fall 2025 season and this winter on the Garden State Athletic Network. You can get more information about booking your team to appear and having us stream you all around the world by scanning the QR code or sending an email to info@GardenStateAthleticNetwork.com.
And just a little bit of a shout out to the guy in that picture of that ad right there that's all the way to the left. Looks like he does a good job with the camera work.
Can we get a replay up on that ad? Attempted onside kick by Hopatcong. Rolls out of bounds.
Oh, there's a flag, they're saying.
Well, the kick going out of bounds is going to be a legal procedure.
Okay, so that definitely makes sense once it goes out.
It'll be choice of where to take it. Coach Bruz does what I expected him to do and takes it right where it went out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 50 for Whippany Park.
Very crucial here for the Wildcats. If they can run out the next 7 minutes, 53 seconds left of the game, even if they don't score and give Hopatcong as much time to score as they can, then they can definitely seal this game away.
All right, this is about ball control if you're Whippany Park.
It is.
This is about keeping. And now they're going to walk off 5 against Whippany Park, or against Hopatcong, excuse me, for the illegal procedure on the kickoff. So it's where it went out, +5. Darian Jackson on the sweep, bows it back, cuts upfield, flag way, way behind the play. I think we're going to have a hold that's going to back it up 10 from the line of scrimmage, which is going to put it at the Whippany Park 45. Holding is the call. That'll be enforced from the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 1st and 20 from the Wildcat 45.
Insane right there. You cannot give up those kind of big penalties like that in this moment of the game.
And you can't do it there. Like, if you hold at the point of attack like that, you're going to get caught.
Always. You always do. That's something that Coach Grittis has been talking about with this Whippany Park team, is that the penalties kill them, and they have to be more disciplined on the line like that.
Quick snap and a toss by Tyler Eaton. Jason C can carry. Sika enthusiastically greeting his teammates on the Whippany Park sideline after a gain of 13, brings up 2nd and 7.
He almost had like that Derrick Henry motion as well too when he was putting into the arm side right there, and definitely didn't arm stiff him, but definitely had that Derrick Henry feel to it.
Three backs behind Tyler Eaton. Now shift to a wing, motion across.
And I think that's going to be an offsides on the Chiefs.
I think you're right. It's going to be 5 free for Whippany Park.
That's going to make it 2nd and short now.
Second and 2. 6:50 to go in regulation. Whippany Park up by 7.
Shout out to the Whippany Park Marching Band too, and the Hopatcong Marching Band for playing such great tunes tonight.
Handoff up the middle to Jackson. Picks up a yard or two, but we're 3rd and a long one for Whippany Park. Coming up on halfway through the 4th quarter. 6 minutes left in regulation. Whippany Park up by 7. And trying to mount a drive in Hopatcong territory.
See if they go for their own tush push right here, John. And I think they could definitely do that.
True wing piece set. Eaton keeps it. Picks up the 1st down and a few more. 1st and 10 for Whippany Park. He gets them all the way to the Hopatcong 30.
1st and 10 Wildcats on the Chiefs 30-yard line.
Gets the play, runs into the huddle. Handoff. Nick Casal on the carry. Moves the chains again. 1st and 10 at the Hopatcong 20. 4.5 minutes to go in regulation.
That's a great run there by Casal. He saw the open hole. He was able to run to the right and able to get down and got the 1st down. That definitely drains a lot of clock more without going out of bounds. 4:20 left to go in the game. That's great ball security right there, but also great management of the game.
No rush from Whippany Park to get to the line. They're in the lead. Counter tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage is Jason Sika, the 6'1", 190-pound sophomore.
A gain of 2 will bring up 2nd down and 8.
Second and 8.
You think about if you're Hopatcong here, when do you start using your last 2 timeouts?
Probably in about a minute, I'm starting to really think about it. And that might be too late. You might want to start doing it now, but I'm thinking around 2:30. See what they get here. I mean, if you get them for a loss here or no gain, if it's 3rd and long, I might use one here. And there's the loss.
Number 18, Robert Earhart.
Yep, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
There's the timeout.
Yusuf Hayek of the Chiefs. Timeout on the field, called by the Chiefs.
That's a very good timeout call right there. You still give yourself some time because you know you got another down, you got to stop them on 3rd, and they're definitely either going to kick the field goal or they're going to go for it on 4th down to try to end the game. But either way, they got to figure out what they're going to do here with defensive. They've been making the great adjustments on defense, so they just got to figure out what they're going to do here.
3rd and 8 for Whippany Park when we come out of this Hopatcong timeout. 3:03 left. Whippany Park with a 7-point lead. They are at the 18-yard line of Hopatcong, but need to get to the 10. They really have. They've got to go for it on 3rd and 4th.
Absolutely, they do. Unless if they can put their trust on their field goal kicker to kind of solidify the game, maybe. But
maybe.
That's a very big maybe, though.
See what you get here.
See what they could do here as the center goes right out to the field. What can they do to try to put this game away?
Hopatcong 1 timeout left, 2 left for Whippany Park. Fake handoff up the middle, take it around. Sika up the right side. He's got the 1st down, he's in! Jason Sika up the right side. And extends the Whippany Park lead back to 2 scores with 2:53 left in regulation.
Taking a look at that, John, there, the replay that we'll see momentarily. Definitely want to go over that play a little bit and just see what was miscommunicated on the defensive side of the ball.
I think it's just well blocked, and Whippany Park did a tremendous job blocking when we were here on homecoming 2 weeks ago, opening up those holes and just looking. I think they've got more blockers than they need at that point of attack when we do watch that replay. Right now they are working on getting this extra point off, and I gotta think they're burning a fair amount of the play clock.
Yeah, and they're going for 2.
Jackson, 3rd back through, he's in.
And that's going to be
a
Yep, that's going to be a penalty on Hopatcong right at the end of that play. You saw the guy push him right out of bounds, and as soon as he scored, so that's going to be an unsportsmanlike on the Chiefs.
Waiting to see how they call that, because we've got hands up, kind of shrugging his shoulders by one of the Whippany Park linemen, who last week, or 2 weeks ago, had a player on roller skates. The call is on Hopatcong.
We have a personal foul call on the Chiefs, which will make the conversion good and the score.
And that's just going to give a much worse field position. James, watch the blocking up the right side. There.
They just couldn't bring him down.
No, he
were
ran
too
through
late.
a tackle, and there was so many blockers there. He had a wall to run behind. They do a great job of getting players up the field to make the blocks. 29-14 the score now in favor of Whippany Park. Hopatcong would need a score, a kick, a score, and a 2 to tie this, and they need to do it in 3 minutes.
And it's possible, John. I mean, definitely a lot of time, 2:53. That's a lot of time left to come back in this game, but they got to do something now. They got to score on this drive.
Okay, somebody help me out, because there was a penalty that I thought was against, they said it was against Hopatcong, did they not?
They did.
Well, they have now backed Whippany Park up to the 25, so it was 15 against Whippany Park. Got called for a personal foul, and this puts Hopatcong in position to have good field position to start this drive. High kick, fielded at the 35.
And some nice blocking right there by him. And they get into the Whippany Park territory.
Could not see who that was on the return. It may have been Lettermarek, but I'm not certain. Regardless, 1st and 10 at the 48 of Whippany Park. 2:45 to go, and if Hopatcong can strike quickly, they can keep themselves alive. In the gun, breaks. Back, lofts it, and it's picked off. Picked off and going to the ground. Alexander Kulik, and that might, it's not enough to seal it. They have to run plays, but
that was definitely great. A great read right there by Gillick right there. He definitely saw that one coming and was coming right to him, and he got a great ball security right there by him getting that interception right there at the end.
Let's take a look at that.
I just think it was a very good read. You kind of take a look and see they were set up.
No doubt that he's passing here. You've got slot to that side. There's the out. They're going to throw it. Probably a post wheel pattern. They were throwing the wheel, which is the out and go. And Kulik right there to disrupt it. And they are going to kneel. Only one timeout left for Hopatcong. So not much they can do. Whippany Park's going to take a knee 3 times and then punt, I would think. And come home with the win here on senior night. Thank you for joining us on the Garden State Athletic Network.
Yeah, that definitely was it took a little bit for Whippany to get going here in the second half, but Hopatcong definitely made adjustments. They fought their way throughout the entire game despite the injuries for both teams. It was still a very competitive football game by both teams, a very evenly matched team for the both of them. I think this was a very good matchup for both teams. And Whippany Park coming out of here as the winner of this game right here is definitely a big one for them on senior night especially.
Whippany Park is going to rebound from last week's 6-0 loss to Wallkill Valley and improve to 3-5 on the year. They will have won 2 of their last 3. Hopatcong will suffer their 5th straight loss, barring something like we've never seen before here. Hopatcong burns its last time out with 1:35 to go, which will force a punt, which will probably face intense pressure from the Chiefs' return team.
Most definitely, and talking about what Whippany Park will be going into next week. Next week they will be here once again. They'll be playing a game against High Point. They'll start at 7 p.m. Should be a very interesting matchup there to see how they do against another Wildcats team, of the High Point Wildcats. Followed by, of course, Hopatcong will be playing up against We'll be playing up against Parsippany next Friday at home at 6:30 p.m. the start time, where the Chiefs can get at least one more win on the year before the end of the season with a winless Parsippany Redhawks team.
Handoff to Jackson. He's got room. Jams on the brakes. Starts again. And a first down in Hopatcong territory for Whippany Park. Jackson fired up because that may have been the end of it.
Absolutely, and he stayed right in bounds too, so he was definitely very smart about that. He wanted to stay in bounds. He wanted to stay right there. It was that was just great, paying attention right there to the sidelines.
1st and 10 at the 35 of Hopatcong for Whippany Park. Clock running, inside a minute to go. A couple of knees, and Whippany Park is going to be 3-5.
Definitely, it took a lot of time. It took some adjustments. It took some cleaning up to do and being disciplined on the outside of the ball, making up for the penalties. But they come out of here as the win for their 3rd win of the season. And this is a win that they should definitely be, definitely watching film on. It wasn't pretty, most of it, but a win's a win.
Tyler Eaton takes a knee, and the teams make their way to midfield to shake hands. 29-14 will be your final here at Whippany Park. Want to again thank our sponsors tonight: Wilson Auto Parts, Air Group, Hammer and Nails, and Jack's Excavation and Construction, and remind you that we still have fall and winter opportunities to sponsor events here and to book your team to appear on the Garden State Athletic Network. And that's going to do it from here in Whippany Park. For James Clark, this is John Kovach. 29-14, your final score. The Whippany Park Wildcats are 3-5.